were talking about the fire pit, and it's one of my favorite things that we have for our outdoor space. We had friends over recently, and they brought their kids, and we had the projector outside watching the NBA Finals. I'm sure you can guess whose decision that was, because that was not the channel that I would have picked. And we had the fire pit out, and we roasted marshmallows, and everyone gathered and enjoyed some food. We had a little dinner, some s'mores, and it's just a place where everyone can gather. Or maybe it's just you, and you want that experience where you can relax, unwind with a cup of coffee, a glass of wine, or one of my favorite things to do, seltzer in a fancy glass. This is what you want to be around. This comes to us from EcoTop. It's a smokeless fire pit, so you're not getting all of that smoke blowing in your face, which is what I enjoy. And it has airflow technology, so you're going to be able to get more heat whenever you're using it, and your fire will also burn longer. We have a couple different choices available for you. These finishes are gorgeous, and in addition to your smokeless fire pit, you'll also get a cover and a mat. So we have them kind of tucked in here. This is your wood grain. It gives you the look of wood, but it's not actually wood. We also have stacked stone, which gives you the look of stone, but it's not actually stone. And then our final option is the concrete. The smoke pit alone, the fire pit, should be $399.99. Our clearance price is less than that, and you're also getting the cover and the mat. So altogether, this is a bundle that should be almost $447. That's now just under $270. M92663 is your item number. Nick Antolik is joining us. He's one of our outdoor lifestyle experts and brings us EcoTop here at QVC. Oh, Nick. Okay, I'm a little jealous, Nick. I feel like I should be there.
Listen, you were watching the Celtics win the NBA championship. I just finished watching the Panthers sitting out here win the Stanley Cup. But this is what we're talking about, right? It's the summer entertaining. It's going into fall. It's all season long. Having a fire pit is just such a great experience for you or you and your loved ones. But the downside to that is typically you got to go back inside and shower down because you're smelling like smoke. Well, introduce the smokeless fire pit concept, which is designed to maximize the flame but minimize the smoke. And that happens by those air channels that you were talking about. So this has been one of the hottest categories for the last couple seasons in the outdoor space because it makes fire pits so easy and convenient. But then introduce EcoTop. So EcoTop has completely changed the game because instead of those stainless steel looking smokeless fire pits, now they've added TerraFab, which is a high-end construction material out there. So not only does this fire pit give you those great smokeless effects, but now with any one of those three options, it looks like it's professional high grade. So you get all the benefits of a smokeless fire pit, plus you get the benefits of a beautiful design from TerraFab on the outside there, that not only looks great, but is also going to stay a lot more cool to the touch.
Now, Nick, I noticed that they're doing it two different ways. They're using logs or pellets. So I could use
That's
logs
right.
or pellets in this fire pit?
Absolutely. So I'm using logs here. That's typically what I do. And I cut the logs down a little bit, makes it really nice to drop in there and stay below that rim, which is so special. But you can absolutely use those smaller pellets as well. It's super quick and efficient. That's the great thing about here is that because you have those air circulating holes in that inner liner, it's going to circulate that air and kind of almost give you a double burn as it goes through. So that's the reason why I'm getting the warmth here. I'm getting an efficient burn that lasts a long time, but I'm not getting any of that smoke. And if you've all had that experience before where you go to a fire pit and you're one person, you got to kind of shift seats, move around, the fire pit is just kind of exhausting all of that smoke out. But because we have that air circulation and bringing it back down, that's what gives it the smokeless effect.
Now, Nick, if I'm thinking about using mine on a deck, or maybe I'm going camping, because this is portable, you could take it with you if you want to, and I'm sitting in an area that might be grassy, do I need to put anything underneath it before I start using it?
Yeah, so with a grass situation, you wouldn't need to. But like for me right now, I'm on a wood deck with a carpet down. I'm using that heat reflector. So that shiny side goes up, and that's going to direct all the heat away and protect anything you're putting on. So I love that you're getting that, but you're also getting that cover as well. So the great thing here is, like I said, sitting out on the deck right now. But if we wanted to go down to the patio or out to the front driveway, pick this up. It's lightweight. It can move with you, but this is just incredibly well built. And the big thing here is I love the stone finish for my space here, but we tested this and it still gets warm. Don't get me wrong. But after 25 minutes rather, this only got to 116 degrees. Now, if this was that stainless steel that you see on the upper ring here, which I wouldn't want to touch, or the stainless steel that you see in a lot of other fire pits, I would have just lost my fingerprints by doing that. So this TerraFab not only gives you a beautiful design in any one of those three options, but it also does stay cooler to the touch on the sides there.
And Nick, how do I put the fire out? Like once I'm done enjoying it, do I just let it burn out on its own, or do I need to extinguish it in a special way?
Yeah, that's the safest way, is just I let it go. I let it go, and the next morning I'll come back out and put that cover on. The ash will collect down at the bottom, so you can dump that out after you've waited the appropriate amount of time. But the cool thing here is, again, going back to that traditional fire pit, which we've all seen, because this burns so effectively, this is going to really turn everything to ash. You're not going to have that piece of wood that sticks around in there that you have to worry about the next day.
I love that. Okay, so here are your color choices. We have the wood grain, which is more of like your tan. It's like that traditional wood color. We have your stacked stone, which is like a creamy stone option. And then our final choice is the concrete, which is the gray. M92663 is your item number. Nick, it was nice to see you. I feel like you were really working hard tonight.
I was hanging out. I'm hanging out. I'm going to keep watching.
Thanks, Nick. We have GCI coming up in the show in just a little bit. The great chair in